You never know at the U.S. Open. An unusual qualifying story took place at Lake Nona near Orlando on Monday. One of the participants had survived more than just a local qualifier to reach the sectional qualifier. This 31-year-old has struggled through an on-again, off-again road in his golfing career, a past that includes a kidnapping when he was 9 years of age that took him away from the game. Ian Page now with the story of Sean Kalin.
I was walking to school one morning, saw out of the corner of my eye a few guys in a car, got a very bad feeling, wasn't sure exactly what was going on, so I continue to walk, I hear a car door open, and I just get scared. I'm thinking I'm just scared as a 9-year-old little kid. I'm walking to my school, all of a sudden I turn behind me, I see these guys walking after me. So I start running really quick, grab the front doors of my school to open the door and get in quickly, and they grab me. Turn around, it's those two guys, same two guys I saw in the car. At that point, obviously, I knew they were there for me. They grab me, take me to the car. My mother's sitting in there waiting, which was definitely not a good sight to see at that time. They took me to a hotel and packed me into a car and drove me to Florida. Took about, total trip about 6 days. Took me 2 days to figure out when and where to get out of there to get back to my father. I snuck through a door, a glass window, and ran to a payphone, got my father on the phone. It was a good half hour until someone got there. It was definitely tough for a tough day.
At 9½, Sean lived with his mother and stepfather in Florida. His father lived in New York. As they battled for custody of Sean, he spent all his time playing golf.
My mother allowed me to go stay with my dad for a few months, and that's really, I think, where all the trouble started. When she started seeing me not playing golf. I was getting a little bit burnt out at the end of playing golf. I was playing every single day. It was almost like a 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night ordeal. So I needed a break. I spoke to my father. We worked out an agreement where I could live with my father for a little bit, just a few months to take a break and then get back to Florida. And when I got back to my father, I wanted more of a break. I just needed more time, and apparently that wasn't good enough for my mother and my stepfather at that time. And they paid somebody to come to my school and kidnap me from my school.
That kidnapping changed his entire life.
That's the main #1 reason why I stopped playing. It was a little difficult for me to get back on the golf course after that whole ordeal happened. So I kind of out of spite, didn't play golf.
After leaving the game for more than 10 years, Sean came back to the sport he once loved.
Actually didn't touch a golf club until about maybe 23, 24 years old. I went out and bought a set of golf clubs, the same set I'm using today. At the time I didn't have the amount of money or the ability to go out and play around here, around there, and take a little bit of time off from work, but I wish I did. It was tough playing at that age because, for one, my kids were a lot younger. I needed to make more money at that time.
Now at 31, Sean is reliving the dream he once had as a child, deciding 9 months ago to pick up his clubs and give it another try.
It's just a bug you get, my friends pushed me hard. They heard about my childhood, how good I was, and they pushed me to get out there. And my father told me about it and said, listen, if you're going to play golf, you got to start, playing in events, where people compete against each other. Tried the mini tour stuff. I just wanted to see what it's like to play under pressure. Wanted to see if it's any different than if you just go out and hit the ball around. Found that it's definitely different. It's definitely better to play when there's something on the line and you're playing competitively. Ended up filling out an application for the U.S. Open qualifier, which was definitely a fun thing to do. Went out just to play, just to get experience again, like I've done the first few tournaments, but played a great round, shot a 69, and tied for co-medalist.
One step away from playing in the U.S. Open at Bethpage Black, Sean would be competing just minutes away from where he grew up.
I have no clue. It would just be the best thing in the world. It's a tough fight. I'm expecting just to go out and play and have fun, but you never know what can happen in one day.
Looking back, what Sean would do differently.
I wish I never took a day off. It's all in the past. I don't really try to live in the past anymore. I go one day. It's just like golf. You gotta take it one shot at a time. It's the same thing in life. You're not gonna sit there and dwell on what happened in the past anymore. But every day I go out there, it feels better and better. It's definitely, when you talk about it, your hair just stands up because it just, I didn't expect to get this far so fast. You're on a whole nother level, man. Your heart just goes through your chest, but it's the best feeling you could possibly have.